What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Custom Points Live. I am your host, Jarrett, and you're seeing a series today. I'm posting as many videos as I can of my trips from 2025. These were all the redemptions I went on, just so you guys can see. Well, these were the higher end ones that we went on, just so you can see, the kind of stuff that we did and where we went and how awesome it was. This isn't the usual kind of video that's going to be, well edited and all that kind of stuff. I wish I had the time to do all that, but what I will show you is just like a friend. Here's our trip and what we did and what it was like. So let me, without further ado, this is just when you get into the Waldorf, and I'll just give you a breakdown of all of this. Let's see if it'll play. I don't know why it won't. Okay. So the Waldorf coaster, Cabo San Lucas, is a really cool place. When you first get there, you're surprised because I don't know. I expected, in my head, I'd never been to Cabo. I expected it to be more greenery. It's a desert. You're hanging out in a desert, but it is a really, really nice place. So I'm hoping that this does some justice for you to see how incredible this place is. This is, by the way, what you're driving through, the largest or the longest private tunnel in Mexico. That's what they tout it as. It's literally, you're driving through a mountain right now. And this is the entrance to the front of the actual resort. Really, I got to say, first and foremost, that Cabo was incredible. It's neck and neck, one of our favorite place that we visited. This is the flagship for Hilton. If you don't know anything about it, it's now, at the time, it was 120,000 points per night to book a room, and now it's up to 250,000 at the time of this recording. That is the highest redemption that you can get with Hilton. And yes, you can use free night rewards to book this. This is the entrance, by the way. So they have, all of these decorative glass things hanging. And when you pull up, this is literally like the front where they would take your luggage and everything like that. And we're on this golf cart. He's just going to take us on a tour of the property. So while we're going through the tour, I'll tell you about our time there. Basically, it was incredible. We were there for 3 nights when we went. We went in the beginning of March. You could see literally whales jumping out of the water all the time. Like, there were literally whales jumping out of the water from the view. Incredible. Every single room at this resort, if you're not familiar, has its own private plunge pool. And it was extremely, the rooms get really expensive. I will give you the math, which is, we were there for 3 nights. We did use free night rewards. The room would have cost, I'm not kidding, for 3 nights, over $20,000, the room that we were upgraded to, if you can believe that. What did we pay? Nothing. We paid nothing. I will literally tell you that we had a bunch of credits to use. This is another thing I'll tell you is an advanced strategy. If you're interested in learning how to stay at places like this, I was blown away because I was like, how am I staying in this place, right? I'm taking my family to this incredible trip. It cost us, I'm not kidding you, $25. $25. There was, I think it was $29. No, whatever it was. I think it was $20. Yeah, $20.90. $20.90 is the total cost for 3 days here. That right there is the pool for the kids' pool. So, and like I said, every single room has its own private plunge pool. Even the ones up there, or right here. So these are, I think, the 2 stories, and in the ground there's a plunge pool. But anyways, yeah. So $20.90 in total for 3 nights there. That covered getting there and back from the airport. We got a ride from them. That covered all of our food while we were there. I think the total was like $1,200 in food. Our only out of pocket the bill was $1,220.90, and I remember that's because of how incredible it was. So we had $1,200 worth of credits, and my wife got a massage. This is, by the way, I'll pause it here. So that's one of the pools. You can see you can barely see it, but it's an infinity pool. Right there is the actual Pacific Ocean. Specifically, it's that ocean. But I'm bummed. Um, and you can hang out here and you're just watching the whales jump out of the ocean. If you ask, they'll literally give you binoculars. They literally brought them over for us when we asked, my wife asked. And you're just watching whales just jump out of the ocean all the time. All the time. It was crazy. So just a gorgeous, gorgeous place. Not the usual look of a property. Usually there's a lot more greenery. Like I said, you're in the desert, but there's a lot of greenery for the fact that you are in the desert here. And I will also add the staff. The staff were so nice. Waldorf is known for it, but again, this is their flagship. This is like their, top of the line place that you can stay. And I would say it lived up to the hype. It was a really, really nice place. I will have another video where I'm going to compare this to my other redemption that we love, our other favorite place, and I think it's neck and neck with this. With this one, we live in South Florida. There was the fact that we had to do a connecting flight. When you have a toddler, connecting flights are less than ideal. We like to have the convenience. There's a good shot right there. The convenience of oops, sorry guys, I'm not trying to do that. Come on. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna unpause it, undo it for a second so I can get back in. That was weird. Where was it? Where were we? I'm trying to find where we were in the video. I'll just do it there. So where we fly from, it took us, we had to connect in Texas. So not the best to have to connect, but it was, not terrible. It was a 3-hour flight for us to Texas, and then a 3-hour flight to the actual resort. The airline lost our stroller on this trip when we first arrived, so that was like a big headache. However, the airline and the hotel coordinated without me having to do anything, and they were able to get the stroller to us the next day, which was awesome. They flew it. I think the connection is where the stroller was lost, and obviously that's, thank God we weren't really planning on venturing far out of the property, so we didn't really need the stroller. And this property is so big, you can walk around, but you can literally just call for a golf cart at any time. You can even text on WhatsApp and they'll just send you a golf cart. So just a really gorgeous place. You're on the side of a mountain overlooking the ocean. Super, super, gorgeous property. And a lot of these YouTube videos, I never see people like showing you the property like this, like an actual tour of they'll like show you different sections, but I wanted to do like a continuous drive through. So here, I'll just pause it real quick. That's where you have like the concierge check in. They first sit you down right here, and you wait to check in. We didn't have anybody here waiting when we were checking in. I see it's a little busier right now. And then that's the view when you first get here. It's like, come on, like what am I doing? I didn't know what room they were going to give us when we first got here, but this was my first impression. This is like where they have like I guess like a agave study is what it's called. I think you can, try different types of liquor, and that's cool for people. And then, so just a really amazing property. Flight wasn't ideal. The food, presentation, 100% awesome. However, I didn't love the food. My wife and I agreed on the property. Other people we've talked to that have stayed here disagree. They did like it, so take my opinion for what it's worth. This is the adults only pool. The other pool was you can have kids at. The food was like eh. However, what was cool, and I don't know if this is going to work for you, so your mileage may vary, but off property, there are some amazing, amazing restaurants, delicious, obviously Mexican food. By the way, that right there is I forget the name of it, but that's like their flagship restaurant. We didn't try it. It was really expensive. There was other places to eat, so it was like it wasn't really necessary for us. And the reviews that I saw were people saying similar to what I said, like obviously visually beautiful presentation, but they didn't say it was worth it, so we decided against it. But he's going to take us on the how you would get over there. We didn't really come over here our whole time there, other than on this golf cart. Um, and yeah, it was a really great food that they had nearby. And what was cool was that the concierge was nice enough to um, basically order food for us. So kind of like Uber Eats, but you could put it on the room, which was awesome. They didn't have Uber Eats there; they just had delivery from the restaurant. But it was a great thing to be able to get food that was very inexpensive because you're in Mexico, right off of the right added to your room, and you're not even having to eat the food at the hotel. So I've not seen any other high end hotels that'll do that, but in Cabo they did. So just a little pro tip. Um, so yeah, it was a really great place. I'll show you the room we got in a second, but that's the view of what they have called the Champagne Terrace. I didn't go there. My wife, I don't believe, did either. So that's separate than that other nice high end restaurant. Um, let's see if there's anything else to show you. This is just driving right back. So that's where we came in, our entrance, and those were the bellhops. So yeah, that's it. All right. So that's what I'll show you of the actual property, but I'm also going to show you the room, which was pretty incredible. And I can have so when I first went here, this is what I first said to myself. All right, I'm going to make some videos about this stuff because look at how crazy this is. I just couldn't believe it. So I had some plans at the time, but let me just show you the first impression of a video I wanted to. This was like my idea of what I wanted to make. When I first decided I'm going to do YouTube, I made this video. So that's the bottle that they give you of water. And I figured, here we go. So this is the view from inside of our private plunge pool for our room, which I'll show you in a second. And look at that. This is like 6:45 in the morning. Just gorgeous, gorgeous view from the room. You got the ocean in the background, sunrise. It was really cool. And like I said, you could literally see whales jumping out of the water all the time. I really just can't get over how great of a place that was. So let me show you the actual room because this is a situation where again your mileage may vary. I cannot promise this is the room you would get with a free night reward. We did use some advanced strategies that I'll share with you on a private one-on-one. So again, if you want to stay in a place like this, without further ado, I'm really excited to share this with you guys. Check this out. Come on. Okay. So this is when you walk in. This is our first impression. Obviously, we were already here at this point, but I was like, I got to share this with somebody. This is when I decided time to do YouTube. So you can see this is our room. Incredible. You got a full kitchen, like full kitchen. This room was over 2,700 square feet. 2,700 square feet. That's bigger than some houses. Uh, I couldn't get over how incredible it was. You get this bottle of tequila they bring you when you first get there. Every single day at 4 p.m. they bring you chips and guac. The refrigerator is stocked full of water, which is complimentary, and they prepare it there on the property. And all those sodas and drinks, all free. Doesn't cost anything else. You're paying so much money that they're just like, here you go, which I really appreciated. Now, again, I didn't pay that much money, but someone paying cash would pay $7,000 to stay in a room like this per night, which I can't believe it. This was a 3-bedroom suite. So this is the first bedroom, which has 2 beds. Yes, 3-bedroom, right? Here's the bathroom that we were using. Again, this is us actually staying in there, so forgive the mess. Another shower. We had so much space and it was just for me, my wife, and our son. And we had a 3-bedroom. So it was a little bit of overkill, but I very much appreciated it because we all had space to do our thing. This is a half bath that you're going to see here. Just a really nice space. But yeah, to be able to stay at a place like this for literally $20.90, it blew my mind. It blew my absolute mind that I could take my family to a place like this just from using credit cards successfully. So I'm gonna I'll play a video I made of me just going kind of like crazy about this. But the entire time I was there, I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that I was doing this for my family. No one did this for me, all thanks to these kinds of credit cards: the Hilton Surpass, Hilton Aspire, free night rewards, and of course you can book it with points. This is the second bathroom for the 2nd-bedroom, so you have another shower in there. I didn't think to turn the light on, so sorry about that. But yeah, truly blew my mind. And here's the bedroom. So that right there is a electric fireplace. Here you got the room again. This is the master. And then I'll show you the bathroom here. So that's the master bath. Really incredible. There's no like blinds, whatever you call it. There's no curtain for the shower. Got another tub there. And then this is what's great. You come in to your living room. They had a crib on wheels, so my son was literally sitting there taking a nap or laying there taking a nap. He was having a blast. And this is the private plunge pool. Just incredible. So we had an awesome time. 3-bedroom villa, 2,700 square feet, would have cost over $20,000. We had $1,200 worth of credits. We paid $20.99. So truly incredible. I don't know. I have a video of my wife saying how much she enjoyed the massage. Let's see what else I can share with you guys that you'd want to see. So this is a picture of the view from the jacuzzi in the morning. I mean, just like, does it get any better than that? It just was like crazy that the sun was right. This is sunrise. This is like 6:50 in the morning. Just doesn't get any better than that. So I'm gonna leave it there. I don't think there's anything else that I really wanted to show you guys from that trip, other than how incredible that was. Really enjoyed the room. Really enjoyed the staff being so kind and nice, and yeah, just had a really great time. So I'll leave it there. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And thank you guys again for all the support. I really appreciate it. Sorry these videos are a little bit less than what you're used to with YouTube, but I just figured I wanted to show it to you guys as a friend would, and be able to share with you exactly what it looked like for us to go on our trip and some of the redemptions we've been getting. So next video is going to be the next redemption we had in 2025, and really appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves.